My dear students, today in botany we are going to discuss pollination and kinds of pollination for class 12th, as we have been discussing the reproduction in the flowering plants. As already discussed, the male and the female gametes in the flowering plants are produced in pollen glands and embryo sac. Being non-motile, the gametes have to be brought together for fertilization to occur. As both male gametes and female gametes, they are not capable of movement in case of flowering plants. Now, pollination is the mechanism to achieve this objective. This pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of a pistil. That means the pollen grains are to be transferred from anthers to reach the stigma, and this event is termed as pollination. And flowering plants have evolved an amazing array of adaptations to bring about pollination. Now, there are different kinds of pollination. Pollination is divided mainly into three types. Number one is autogamy. Pollination achieved within the same flower. This transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of same flower. Some species of viola, pansy, commonly known as pansy, oxalis, and commelina produce two types of flowers. Chasmogamous, with exposed anthers and stigma, and cleistogamous, flowers which do not open at all. Cleistogamous flowers are invariably autogamous. As anthers dehisce in the flower buds, pollen grains come in contact with the stigma to effect pollination. Seed set production is assured in the absence of pollinators in case of cleistogamous flowers. And now the second kind is geitonogamy. When pollen grains are transferred from the anther to stigma of another flower of the same plant. Geitonogamy is literally cross-pollination, but genetically it is similar to autogamy, since pollen grains are of the same plant. And third one is a very important one, that is xenogamy. Transfer of pollen grains from anthers to stigma of a different plant. And this type of pollination brings genetically different types of pollen grains to stigma. And this will be discussed later in the genetics section. And one more term is the allogamy. The allogamy includes both xenogamy and geitonogamy. Cross-pollination is brought about by an external agency. And we are going to discuss the agents of the pollination in the next class, inshallah. And the agency to bring pollination may be abiotic in case of wind or water, or it may be biotic like insects, birds, bats, and snails, which act as the agents to bring about pollination. Cross-pollination is named after the agency that assisted, and we will discuss it later in detail, inshallah. Thanks.